My nephew talked about Chainsaw Man a lot when we were in Japan, and a lot of the UFO machines were filled with Chainsaw Man plushies, Denji, Pochita, Power, etc, but more on that later. I'm Rob, JTR Anime Noob on YouTube. JTR stands for Jesta ThaRogue, which is my name on Twitch and social media. On this channel I learn about and review anime with minor spoilers, but I don't go too deep on the plot or spoil the ending or any plot twists. I'm watching this because I was interested in the, shall we say, main character's motivations and how that plays out in a story about a chainsaw man. Okay? On to the plot. Denji is a devil hunter and he's hunting devils because he's paying off a debt left to him when his father passed away. It's millions of yen, it's the only way he can get the yen quick enough. He lives a very poor life and he just wants the simple things. He wants to be with a girl and he even wants to put jam on bread, which is something he's never done before. He befriends a small cute little devil called Pochita, who is a chainsaw demon, and Pochita's near death, so Denji lets Pochita bite him because devils can heal themselves using human blood, and they make a pact to save each other's lives. But Denji was double-crossed by his debtors after they made a pact with a zombie god and they killed Denji, but then some of Denji's blood trickles into Pochita's mouth, bringing him back to life, and Pochita fulfills their part of the pact by bringing Denji back to life, taking over his heart, and now Denji can turn into Chainsaw Man, but it does use his blood, so it makes him tired and weak. He's then recruited by the Public Safety Devil Hunters, which is a government agency focused on fighting against devils whenever they become a threat to Japan, and most of the story is about following Denji and this group. So the world the story's set in is fairly normal. It's a bit of a rewritten history to the one that we have. Because devils are summoned through human fears, it means that if there's been a fear of something, a devil will appear instead. So some of the things that happen in our universe didn't happen in this universe. Devils can possess dead and dying humans and become fiends. And as we mentioned earlier already, devils can also form contracts with humans to use their power. So our main characters are Denji. Denji is the titular Chainsaw Man. As we said, he's made that contract with Pochita. But the deal is he has to show Pochita his dreams as well. So he has to tell him what he's thinking and feeling, because that's what Pochita wants those human feelings. We meet Aki, who's a bit of a samurai. He's very stoic, very quiet, very sensible compared to everybody else. We meet Power, who is also a fiend and has this blood magic and a bloodlust and is an absolute psychopath. There's Kobeni, who's very nervous and she has a contract as well, but it's very secret. We don't find out what that is. But she's very agile, very strong, but doesn't really show it. She just spends a lot of her time just cowering and whimpering. There's Himeno, who wears an eye patch, is drunk very, very easily. She's pervy and is a bit weird around Denji when she finds out that he's only 16, which is a bit weird. And she has a very good contract that I'm not going to spoil. There's Makima, who is in charge of the whole group. She's the leader. She's also very flirty, as well as Himeno. And the other person worth mentioning is Hirokazu, who is pretty dull and doesn't really do much. In fact, when I was writing about this, I forgot to put him on this sheet, to be honest. So as I said, there are a lot of horniness. Denji's motivations are to touch boobs. He wants to touch boobs and be with a woman. That's his main motivation throughout the whole thing. That's what gets him going. There is a big case, if you wanted to, for workplace harassment in this government agency. I think if they had an HR department that could wrangle them in, there would be a lot of firings based on some of the actions in this workplace. And also as well, this world, while we're talking about mature content, there is a lot of blood, a lot of gore from both devils and humans, human death as well. It is very gory. The animation is really nice, clean and smooth, but with a nice dark style. It never feels bright and lively. It's always quite dark and dull, as it should be based on the theme. And the intro is really cool because it starts with this really nice first person perspective and it's really smooth, and I'd love to see a full length episode of something that looks like this from this first person perspective. It looked really nice. Everyone's human looking. Some of them have weird eyes and some have pointy teeth as well. I don't know why that is, but they just have pointy teeth. And every single outro is different and has their own theme song, but because I'm watching on Crunchyroll, and as soon as that skip intro button, outro button pops up, I press it, and so I missed them all. So I'm going to have to go back and watch them all at some point, because apparently they're really good. The voice acting is really good. It seems very normal. Aki, he's very flat, but that matches his character. He's very stoic and very serious, so he's quite flat. As I mentioned, Kobeni is nervous, squealy, and honestly, at times it borders on annoying. It's just so frustrating because you just want to hear what she's trying to say, but you can't understand what she's saying because she's just screaming and squealing, and it's really annoying. And then there's just Power, who is an absolute psychopath all the way through and is brilliant. Chainsaw Man is rated 4.9 out of 5 from 306,000 reviews on Crunchyroll. It's got a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes with a 90% audience score. The critics really like the brutality in the animation, while the audience like the animation and the humour, because yes, it is quite funny as well. But what do I think? Well, I think Denji's horniness is a bit weird to be that motivated for simple things. I can understand being motivated by maybe eating udon noodles for the first time or putting jam on bread, but touching boobs outside of a shirt is just bizarre, and I don't know why he would risk his life to do that. But hey, whatever gets you going, I guess. Power and Himeno are both really good fun, really fun characters who made me laugh a lot. Kobeni is annoying, as I've mentioned a couple of times. And the story is pretty good, and I enjoyed it up to episode 7. And the last 5 episodes were a bit weird. I didn't really enjoy the ending of season 1, but I do want to see how it's going to continue into season 2. And I know the manga goes far into the future, but I don't read, I watch telly. So I'm going to watch a season 2 if there is one, but I'm not really that bothered about rewatching season 1. In each of these videos, I do want to look at my favourite episode. Just so happens that this one, it's a 3-episode arc. Episode 5, 6 and 7, which is called Gun Devil, Kill Denji and The Taste of a Kiss. And they're all stuck on the 8th floor of a hotel and they can't get out because of devil things. And I was really engrossed for those 3 episodes. I absolutely loved it. I don't know if it's because I enjoyed this episode so much, it was such a high, that after watching this is why I didn't enjoy the rest of it, because episode 7 is when it started to take a dip for me after that, because I really enjoyed those 3 episodes. So much that I think it ruined the rest of the show for me.
Do watch your back, though. She's a bit on the fiendish side.
All right, on your knees, mortal scum! Including so-called partners! You stand in the presence of power!
Power? That's your name?
Favourite character is obviously Power. She is psychopathic, she's so funny, she made me laugh a lot, she's also really powerful as well, which is really cool. And I'm going to rate Chainsaw Man Season 1 3 chainsaws out of 5. It was good and not bad, considering this is the first anime I've ever seen. I don't know if they're going to be better or worse than this going forward, but I really enjoyed it. And as I am learning about anime as we go, I'm going to have a word of the month every month, and this month it's core. Because I was looking, do I call this Chainsaw Man Season 1 or Chainsaw Man Series 1? You know, usually it's season if you're in America, series if you're in England, and I didn't know whether people use series or season more, and then I looked and they use core. And the word core is used, and the core refers to a season in Japan where it's basically a 3-month arc of 12 episodes. Sometimes you'll have something that's like a split core that goes over 2 seasons. And so basically the word core can be used to replace both season and series really, but I'm going to stick with season just because it's easier. And that is my review of Chainsaw Man. Very enjoyable. Next time I'll be looking at a family of 3, each with their own secret. Can you guess what that is? Remember to like, share and subscribe and all that good stuff for a new anime review every 4th and 5th Monday of the month. I've been Rob from JTR Anime Newb. I'll see you soon.